Hey guys, it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another monthly favorites video. I'm going to be talking about the products that I was loving for the month of April. Excuse the natural frizzy hair and lack of makeup. Today was just a little bum day, so this is what you get. Okay, moving on to the products. Starting off with face, I'm going to talk about the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. Now I have it in the color 120. Now I tried the Makeup Forever foundation, the HD foundation, almost 3 years ago. I actually wore that foundation on my wedding day, but my friend who did my makeup, she had the foundation, so I didn't buy it, but I did love it. And I know that the formula is different now, but I loved it back then. Now, I was seeing a lot about the stick foundation and I was curious about it. I originally thought that because it was a stick, for some reason I thought it was going to be better for oily skin, but my cousin who actually works at Sephora, she said it was a little bit more creamy, and I did see that. So I have combo skin. It starts off dry and it gets oily throughout the day. Different parts of my face gets oily. Other parts of my face stay a little bit dry. But overall, I have been liking this foundation a lot. It is a full coverage foundation in my opinion. It blends out nicely. I think you're supposed to use like a beauty blender type thing, but I like to just buff it out with a brush and it looks really pretty. There you can see, I think you can see the consistency. It is really creamy. And then just kind of buff it out. You can't even see it. This I've been wearing on the days that I want something a little bit more full coverage. And I did feel though that with certain concealers over top it kind of like broke it up a little bit. So I guess the formulas just didn't mesh well together. But this I love when it's like a night out and I'm just doing my makeup before I go out, or if I don't have like such a long day ahead of me, just because I do get oily and it doesn't sit as nicely on my face, but I do think that it's a beautiful foundation. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer. I have it in light just because I use it under my eyes and like down the bridge of my nose. I did not put this on my face today just because I really don't have a lot of makeup on today, but I do really like this. I don't love the tube applicator, but that's okay. I just use a brush to blend everything out and apply it. So this is like a full coverage concealer. Let me see, like full coverage. It's pretty thick, as you can see. By the way, the foundation's right here. I don't know if you can see because it blended out nicely. And that's a concealer. And that was just a drop, so it goes a long way. So this is really good for like covering dark circles and when you want like a really intense brightening under the eye and just to really conceal it. These two actually do work well together in my opinion. This I like to use when I want something, again, a little bit more full coverage. And I really, really like the formula in this. It doesn't crease too badly in my opinion. It sits pretty well, but I always like to set my concealers if I remember. Sometimes I forget, but for the most part, I like to set my concealers. And speaking of setting, I wanted to talk about this brush. It is the setting brush by Real Techniques. So it's a little dirty right now, don't mind. I just love the shape of this. I feel like it's perfect to get like right in that inner corner and just kind of pack the powder on top of the concealer just to kind of set everything. And I do like to kind of brush it down in the middle of my nose. I picked this up not too long ago and I really, really like it a lot. I was using a couple of other brushes, like different concealer brushes to set it, and that worked well too, but this almost has like it's softer, like a little bit more of an airbrush type feel and look in my opinion, whereas some other brushes like pack that on. Again, it depends on like what you're into and the look you're going for. This I just feel like does just enough to set the powder really delicately. Obviously if you go in with like a really heavy hand, it's not going to be a delicate look. I didn't use this, but it's really soft. I love Real Technique brushes. Moving on to eyes, I want to talk about this eyeliner that I heard Tati actually talking about, and it's Wet n Wild. Now, I don't know if this is the exact one she was talking about, but she talks about a really black, creamy eyeliner for the waterline by Wet n Wild. So I grabbed this, and I really don't know why I didn't grab it sooner, because if you guys have seen a few of my other videos, you should know by now that I just can't find my perfect waterline eyeliner. My eyes are super sensitive. My foot's asleep. Let me move it. Sorry, I can't feel my foot right now. I was sitting on it. I can't, like, I'm moving my foot and I can't feel anything. Sorry. And this is A257. It's called You're the Yin, but it's just like a black. I think this was the blackest one that they had. It's really, really creamy. What was I saying? Oh, so if you guys have seen, like, my eyes are super sensitive, and usually when I use a higher end eyeliner, for some reason, my eyes just like get bloodshot, like completely bloodshot, and like they just sting a little bit. Sometimes they sting, sometimes they don't. All the time they just get bloodshot, and people look at me like, are you okay? I'm like, it's my makeup, I swear. But this one so far has not let me down. It's really creamy. Sometimes it does run like on the edge, but I'll just set it with a little eyeshadow if I have to, or just kind of wipe it. I'd rather deal with that than walk around with bloodshot eyes all day. Like, that was one quick swipe and barely any pressure. It's just super creamy, really, really affordable. I don't remember what I paid, but it's Wet n Wild, so it's always affordable. You know, especially comparing to higher end eyeliners that I pay like 20 something dollars for, that I end up just throwing out or tossing, or it just sits here and collects dust because it hurts me. But this is a beautiful liner. Enough of that, right? The next makeup product that I'm going to talk to you about is the Morphe 350 palette. This is like the warm eyeshadow person's jackpot. This is so beautiful. And I have heard people talk about Morphe shadows and Morphe this and Morphe that. Jaclyn Hill actually is the one who I heard about Morphe through. And she was talking about them before she had anything to do with it. She is affiliated, I believe, now. And good for her. Like, that's awesome. But she's been talking about this since like before people were affiliated with or like really knew about it. I guess she discovered them somehow. And it's really, really affordable. I don't remember what I paid for this. I did get this at a beauty show, so I think it may have been discounted, but I'm not sure. But you get all these colors and it's really, really affordable. The shadows are super creamy. This one is my favorite. Like, so creamy. Do you see that? And there's no primer or anything on my hand. It's like butter. It's really buttery and creamy and like pigmented. Look at that. That's like a foiled eyeshadow. That's like if you were to take another eyeshadow and spray Fix Plus on your brush. I'm obsessed. I love the warm tones, and I do really like the cool tones on me actually. But this is like, you cannot go wrong with the warm tones on this. I was hesitant on trying, not really hesitant, but I was just like, I don't know how crazy I would be about them. But after getting them, I get it. Like, I get what the craze is about. Can you, like, I can't. Look at that. So I did actually film a video on a makeup look that I used shadows from this palette. I will leave the link to that below if you want to take a look. I'm definitely going to be playing around with this palette and probably some other Morphe palettes as well in the future. And they actually, I think I saw this news like maybe yesterday, but they came out with two new 350 palettes, a matte and a shimmer version. So that one has both matte and shimmer, and I guess they came out with two new ones that's all matte and all shimmer. After playing around with that one, excellent quality. The last product that I'm going to talk about is actually a face mask, and I did receive this in an Ipsy bag. This is by Global Beauty Care. It is the Dead Sea Wash Off Mask. I've been trying to be a little bit better with my skincare, but I constantly just go through ups and downs where I'm like really strict and I'm like this hardcore regimen every night, every morning. And then I go days where I'm just like, makeup wipe, go to bed, makeup wipe, go to bed. And it's just really bad. But I've been a little bit more dehydrated lately. I haven't been drinking a lot of water. So I'm trying to like go back into that really strict regimen again. But anyway, this mask I've been using regularly, and this was like a little bit, and I still have plenty, and I've used it a ton. I love this when I'm just like sitting on the couch watching Netflix, or if I'm taking a bubble bath and like watching Netflix. This is kind of like an all-in-one because it's deep cleaning, but when I rinse my face afterwards, my skin feels like so moist. Did I get eyeshadow on me? No, okay. My skin feels so moisturized and soft and silky, like hydrated but clean. So I know a lot of like deep cleansing masks kind of like strip the skin a little bit. Not even the ones that don't, sometimes it leaves it feeling like a little, you know, thirsty. But this is like almost like an all-in-one. It says that it's pH balanced, hypoallergenic, it's not tested on animals. It's made from the minerals and salts from the Dead Sea in Israel. It draws out dirt and impurities, peels away dead skin cells, but it restores elasticity and it fortifies the skin with moisturizers. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Like your skin feels clean, but like you just lathered it in moisturizer. It's really nice. The only thing with this, it says like it's a 15-minute face and body therapy. So you can use it on like your body, I guess. So it says to leave on 15 minutes or until dry. I just feel like it never fully, completely dries where it's like, you know, like you have a shell on your face. It doesn't get like that. So after like, I don't know, a half hour or so, I'm like, I guess I'll rinse this. But this is a beautiful mask and I will probably do one tonight. I think I will be repurchasing this just because it's like an all-in-one. I feel like you can use this year round. That concludes my April favorites. Please let me know what products you guys liked. I love to take a look, and if you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and as always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.